Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Lights from Madden Daily, and I got some MUT Draft gameplay here. This video is presented by the EA Sports Game Changer program. Now, MUT Draft has not a lot of information on it at this current moment, but it's not Draft Champions anymore, alright? And it's not 15 rounds anymore. This is a work in progress, not the final build yet of the game. But MUT Drafts is 20 rounds. It's still going to be 3 playbooks. In this video, I'm going to explain everything you need to know about MUT Drafts and some strategy. For the coaches, there's going to be one 3-4 oriented coach and one 4-3 oriented coach, kind of like in Madden 17, plus another random coach. There's going to be some guaranteed rounds. There's a guaranteed legend round, a guaranteed quarterback round, a guaranteed running back round, a guaranteed wide receiver round, and a guaranteed cornerback round. And that's for now. That may change. There's also rounds like this. Here you see there's 2 offensive linemen and 1 defensive lineman. This is a strategy round where you're either bolstering up the offensive side or defensive side, but it's the positions that face each other. So it might be 2 defensive linemen and 1 offensive lineman. I go with Gerald McCoy. Now in round 2, it's another great example of this. 2 receivers and 1 corner. It could have been 2 corners and 1 receiver. Either way, they're positions that face each other. And you get to pick, do you want to be offensive oriented or defensive oriented in your draft strategy, and you're picking from the 2 different sides. So here I believe I go Kyle Fuller because Decker and Allen are pretty slow, and Fuller's 86 speed. 86 speed is fast to start Madden Ultimate Team. If you look at my other corners, you'll see the highest overall speed is 84. So I'm going to take Fuller. Round 3, another one of these type of rounds. We have 2 defensive linemen and 1 offensive lineman. I really like how it's set up. If you're a runner, you're going to be able to get 5 really good linemen on offense. But on the other hand, your defensive line may suffer. I'm going to go Carpenter here and try to be balanced. I went with McCoy at DT the first time I had that type of round, so I'm going to go offensive line. Now for round 4 is the all wide receiver draft. This is guaranteed, at least for now, unless they change things with MUT Draft. So you get a guaranteed wide receiver. And as you're noticing, most of these rounds are elite rounds. I'm going to go with Jeffrey here because of his height. But as you see, moving on to round 5, another great round. 90 overall Aaron Donald, Cam Chancellor, and Cyprian. This type of round is a defensive round, and it's not really position specific, although there are 2 safeties and a DT. I think this type of round is 3 defensive players, but all different positions. I think this is like a flex round for defense. They have the same on offense where you're going to get a running back, tight end, or receiver. I went with Aaron Donald there. Now, legend round. You got to get Marshall Faulk. To start the game, if you could get Marshall Faulk, he's bar none the best player in MUT and in MUT Drafts. He's the fastest player, I believe, at 90 speed. You don't need Warren Moon because there's a guaranteed quarterback round. Chris Carter is really good, I'm not going to lie. Playing with and against him when I was recording, he definitely is a game changer, but he's not as good of a game changer as Marshall Faulk. 90 speed when everyone else on defense is going to be in the low to mid 80s. It's definitely something that you want to go with. So I'm going to go with Faulk. I do still have my guaranteed running back round. Worst comes to worst, I could put Faulk at receiver at the slot. Now round 7, you see right guard, middle linebacker, free safety. This is just a straight random round. I really don't know if this was just literally random or it's 2 defensive players, 1 offensive player. But it seems like this is one of my weakest rounds so far with a 79 overall gold. I think that might be the first gold of the draft. Brandon Sheriff has 81 for run block and pass block, so I don't want to go with him. Wesley Woodyard isn't the fastest. Mike Mitchell also isn't fast, but he has 82 hit power. And I don't have a safety yet, so that's why I go with Mike Mitchell. If I could do it over again, I would probably go middle linebacker because I did not know there's no guaranteed linebacker round, which I think should be changed. I gave them my feedback. Let me know in the comments what you think, if there should be an all linebacker round. I didn't know that, or else I probably would have went with him. This is another like flex round where you have 2 safeties and an outside linebacker. Suggs is just way too slow, 71 speed. So is Jenkins. So I'm going to go Amos with 87 speed in this game. He's a no-brainer and definitely an underrated card to start the year. Round 9, Brent Grimes, too slow, too small. It's either Barry or Harrison Smith. I'm going to go Harrison Smith just because of the game-changing hit power. that you could get 87 hit power. Although Berry is pretty high in every category, you can't go wrong with either. My thought process is I'm going to put Amos at corner. And this here next round is the all quarterback round, and this is why you do not draft Warren Moon, because you're getting really good options. At least the drafts that I did, I got Rodgers, Wilson, and Breeze or Brady, all high overall. You see these cards are really high. Rodgers is the best quarterback out of the three in my opinion, but for this draft I went with Russell Wilson because for my gameplay I wanted to try and use a mobile quarterback, and I wanted to see if the 81 throw power was significantly noticeable. So let's go with Russell Wilson as my guaranteed QB. Moving on to round 11, we'll see what we get. We're going 2 tight ends and a receiver. This round is similar to what I just had with 2 safeties and a corner. It's kind of saying to yourself, are you going to run a 2 tight end scheme? Are you going to run a 3 tight end scheme? Are you going to run jumbo heavy, which you can't get in MUT drafts? Or are you going to run 4 receivers, 5 receivers? Now, here, Odell Beckham at 88 speed and 87 route run, he's way better than Jordan Reed and Greg Olsen to start the game. I think Odell Beckham might be the second best receiver in MUT besides Chris Carter from what I've seen. 88 speed is very fast. So I went with Odell. Round 12 is 2 defensive tackles, 1 center. I would have went with Marpet. I don't like his run block, pass block. He's actually not bad and he has high awareness. I probably should have went with him. Something I didn't really take into account when drafting is the awareness at offensive line. So that is a big thing. Now round 13 is 2 safeties and a tight end, or 2 tight ends and a safety, and that's the position of battle strategy round. You either want to shore up your offense or defense. I didn't have a tight end yet, so I went Rudolph. But then this next round, 2 receivers and a tight end. I already have some pretty good receivers, and Odell's fast, so I don't need John Brown. I'm going to go with Hunter Henry to get a relatively fast tight end. Meredith is too slow, so let's go with Hunter Henry. Now we have 2 tight ends on our team. Moving on to round 15. This is the all running back round. Thankfully, I got Marshall Faulk because these 3 running backs aren't game-changing at all. Although Lamar Miller is pretty fast, 86 speed, and he has 83 juke. Let's go with Lamar Miller. Round 16, finally get some linebacker choices. That's really my main weakness here. And I'm going to go Quan Alexander because he has above 80 speed and above 80 hit power. Again, let me know in the comments, do you think we need a guaranteed linebacker round? Because I think we do, especially for someone that wants to run 3-4 or like a 2-4-5. Round 17, the all guaranteed cornerback round. I'm going with the fastest speed / man coverage and height, True Font. Round 18, this is the flex round. 1 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 1 running back. We'll go with Demarius to get my 3rd receiver, which is my slot. Round 19, another round where it's 2 receivers, 1 tight end. Jimmy Graham is probably what I need right here. I have enough wide receivers, and I do have 2 tight ends, but you know what? Jimmy Graham is way better than Rudolph or Henry. Plus, I might run a 3 tight end formation a couple times, more so than I would run a 5 wide receiver. So let's go Jimmy Graham. Last round is going to be a 2 linebacker / 1 defensive end. So thankfully, I'm going to get another linebacker, and we're going to go with Nick Perry because he has 80 above speed, 85 hit power. And that is going to be my draft. Not a bad team, a little weak at linebacker. I did get an 84 overall defense though, 77 on offense because of the lack of offensive line. And before you leave this video, I did another draft. I'm going to be super quick with it just to show you any similarities with it. First, let me show you my team. I don't know if the drafts, once the game officially comes out, is going to be this good, but you're not going to find a MUT team as good as this team to start. You know, to have a bunch of elites, and remember, 20 rounds, those extra 5 rounds are definitely clutch, and you're getting some of the top cards in the game. So offense, I'm confident in. Defense, again, besides the linebackers, it's a really good team. And if I go nickel and even 4-3, I don't really need 4 linebackers. You know, I can do with another one, but having 2 really good linebackers, a great D-line, some great safeties and corners, I'm ready to go with this team. But we're not done yet. Let's show you one more draft. I'm going to wrap this up very quickly. Again, 3 coaches. Let's go with the Giants just to mix it up. First round, we're going to get the all wide receiver round. So that's not going to be You're not going to know when you're going to get the guaranteed rounds, but you will get a guaranteed round. Let's go with Cooper because of the speed. Round 2, the 2 defensive linemen versus an offensive lineman. McCoy, we'll go with him again. Round 3, I really like this round here. 2 linebackers and a defensive end. Vernon and Wagner are very, very good cards. Actually, all 3 are really good. I like Wagner because of his speed, but Vernon has high block shed and high power move. Going into round 4, another great round. Here is 2 defensive linemen and a corner. No-brainer to me. I'm going Aaron Donald. See what we get in round 5. Again, I'm going to try to move as quickly as possible. We see a center, left end, well, 2 left ends and a center. Jadeveon Clowney, another beast card in Madden Ultimate Team. 82 speed, 89 power move. If I'm moving a little too fast, definitely pause the video to see all the stats. Round 6, Desmond Trufant, can't go wrong with him. Haha Clinton Dix, a little too slow. Let's go with Trufant. I'm kind of a little upset I didn't check out Xavier Rhodes' stats there, but it's all good. Trufant will do. Round 7, 2 linebackers and a DT. Tamba Ali is unusable at 69 speed. We're going to have to go Derek Johnson. 86 hit power, which is great. Only 76 speed. Moving on to round 8. Let's see what type of round it is. It is the flex round. 1 receiver, 1 running back, 1 tight end. Bernard's not that bad, 85 speed. Wallace, 86 speed, pretty high. I believe I'm going to go Wallace. Decent stats there, 77 route run to start the year. Round 9 is a offensive round, 2 offensive linemen and a receiver. Alex Mack looks like a animal, so we're going to go with him. Round 10, 2 corners and a safety. Vontae Davis, a little too slow. Ricardo Allen, too slow. Prince Amukamara. And move on to the next pick. Next round is the 1 gold round. So I don't know if that's something that always happens where you have 1 pretty below average round. I had it in my other draft, but not for nothing. These 3 players are actually really good for their overalls. You got John Brown for the speed, Martavis Bryant for the speed and height. I'm going to go Martavis Bryant just because mainly his height and he has good speed. Round 12 is 1 corner, 1 tight end, 1 receiver. I don't have a tight end, so I'm going Brent. Round 13 is my guaranteed running back round. Peterson, Lamar Miller, and Marshawn Lynch. I kind of think this is a year where you want to have high juke, high spin. I don't think you need high truck. So I'm going to go with Lamar Miller again. Moving on pretty fast. Round 14 is the 2 corner, 1 receiver. Again, that possibly could be 2 receivers and 1 corner in future drafts. I'm going Jamar Taylor with the 86 speed and 82 man coverage. I believe 82 man coverage is kind of high to start the Madden Ultimate Team season. Round 15, the guaranteed corner round. See, I didn't put that into perspective that I didn't have my all corner round and I already had 3 corners. So I kind of screwed myself a little bit because I don't really need 4 corners. I probably should have went with a receiver. Here I went with Joseph. Round 17, believe I'm going to go Gronk. Having a 77 speed, 86 route run, and a run blocking tight end. Very vital. Round 18 is my guaranteed quarterback round. I'm going to try out Tom Brady. Round 19 is my guaranteed legend round. And I should have went Chris Carter here because I only had 2 receivers. But Marshall Faulk is the best player in the game, so you can't go wrong with that. Last round, I'm going to go Eric Berry, and that's going to be my 2nd draft. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned more about MUT Drafts. Let me know if you're excited for MUT Drafts. Like the video if you enjoyed this. Subscribe if you're new. I have a lot more Madden 18 content on the way, including gameplays and tips. Till next time, it's lights. Later.